In the often unfair business of boxing, years of accomplishment can be erased by one single miscalculation, or in this specific circumstance, rampant fan perception. On Saturday, April 22, Ryan Garcia was given a golden opportunity to fulfill a lifelong dream, a massive marquee undertaking, opposite one of the more popular fighters in the American sports market, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. The Southern California-based fighter did a masterful job of virtually talking his way into this multi-million-dollar matchup. The highly anticipated pairing was, for all intents and purposes, a winner-take-all, high-stakes poker match. But what was truly at stake? Something more precious and scarce than a mere world title. The opportunity to become one of the biggest stars of our beloved fringe pastime. While many questioned whether or not Ryan truly deserved this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, he was there. In the minds of many, he had arrived at the biggest stage of boxing, and there was no going back. Midway through the scheduled 12-round contest, Ryan Garcia voluntarily took a knee after receiving a body shot from one of the hardest pound-per-pound punchers in boxing, and could not beat the 10 count from referee Thomas Taylor. Within the blink of an eye, it was done. And just like that, what many believed to be the next big thing in boxing, turned out to be the last big bust. Whether he could have beaten the count or not is completely irrelevant. To add insult to injury, in the minds of many fighters, critics, trainers and fans, the 25-year-old pugilist could have and should have continued fighting. It's the opinion of many interested observers young Ryan Garcia chose to quit, rather than go out on his shield. Is the criticism and the negative perception merited and accurate? The answer is moot. In boxing, like any entertainment field, perception quickly becomes reality. Many of Garcia's harshest critics are now claiming that his career is finished, and that he might as well retire from the brutal business of boxing. They genuinely believe that the Southern California-based fighter lacks the intestinal fortitude, heart, as well as mental and physical toughness to compete at the elite level. Although most believe his career won't recover from what happened this past Saturday in Las Vegas, Nevada, most may be wrong. Just as it takes one miscalculation to ruin a career, it only takes one gallant and brave performance to resurrect it. Back in the year 2000, on April Fool's Day, incumbent WBO heavyweight champion Vitali Klitschko defended his title against American hopeful but sizable underdog Chris Berg. The fight took place in Vitali's home away from home, Neukölln, Germany, and was being broadcast stateside by HBO. In front of a pro-Klitschko capacity crowd, the fight played out as most believed it would. The widely viewed more capable, Ukrainian-born fighter controlled range and seemingly had an easy time with the ostensibly overmatched, Flint, Michigan-born pugilist, who took the bout on 10 days' notice. But after 9 rounds of action, and upon leading the contest on all judges' scorecards, the popular incumbent champion quit on his stool and elected to wave the white flag, surrendering his coveted title to the gallant American. Klitschko gave up due to a very serious torn rotator cuff in his left shoulder. Despite the severity of the injury, HBO commentators Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley were shocked and appalled.
He doesn't have the mentality of a champion. I can hardly believe what I just saw. You have a bad hand, so what? He was way ahead. All he had to do was play defense and survive 3 more rounds. This is totally unacceptable. A fighter should be able to fight when he's hurt. That's the first duty of a real professional fighter and certainly of a champion. Perhaps the difference, Jim, is that Klitschko got his PhD in sports science from a university, and not from the School of Hard Knocks.
And such was the mass-critical verdict regarding Vitali Klitschko's supposed lack of toughness, intestinal fortitude, and heart for the next several years, with boxing scribes, fans, and critics around the world piling on and echoing the sentiment of Larry Merchant. Fast forward to the year 2018, the fighter from Ukraine, completely deficient in heart and championship toughness, was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. How did this happen? How was everyone so wrong in their assessment of Dr. Iron Fist? 3 months after Vitali's little brother, Vladimir Klitschko, was knocked out in dramatic fashion by last-minute opponent, Corey, the Sniper, Sanders in March of 2003, the elder statesman of the Klitschko clan felt compelled to compete for family honor when blessed with the opportunity to take on unified heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis. Despite losing to the all-time great heavyweight, Vitali put forth a truly inspired effort that seemed to capture the imagination of fight fans around the world. Although the referee in charge, Dr. Lou Moret, officially called a halt to the contest after the 6th round, due to a horrendous gash over the left eye of the gallant prizefighter, every fight fan in attendance, as well as those watching at home, marveled at the courage, heart and toughness displayed by the brave Ukrainian. And after one memorable, breathtaking performance, everyone around the world seemed to forget about the Chris Bird debacle, which happened 3 years prior, even in loss. So it's not impossible to redefine the perception of others, but it takes a truly courageous and awe-inspiring performance. Is Ryan Garcia capable of such a feat? It's entirely up to the young 25-year-old fighter. What do you think? Is 25-year-old Ryan Garcia capable of redefining the way his harshest critics perceive him at this time? Is he capable of putting forth a truly awe-inspiring effort like the legendary Vitali Klitschko? Let us know what you think in the comments section of this video article, and thank you for tuning in to War a Week Radio. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.